Believe it or not, this was a three-story home, but you can see not much left now. Firefighters and neighbors alike are calling this view sickening this morning. You can see that there is really nothing left of this historic plantation house. I've seen a lot of this, street signs that are knocked down. You can't tell right now, but the road right here, it's all black ice. It looks just like water, but it confused a lot of drivers out here in New Orleans East this morning.
And you might remember there was actually a time when holidays meant a time to relax, to kick back, and enjoy being off with friends and family.
To figure out Cotton's source of inspiration, walk a few blocks past the overgrown lots to the industrial canal.
It was cold enough to make it chilly for firefighters. They actually brought this bus in to keep firefighters warm.
In an otherwise quiet Carrollton neighborhood, residents woke up to the sound of the new Cone Street River.
Situation looking very grim. You can see some of these boats that are getting ready to go into the water.
The van took the worst of the damage, but you can still see some damage that happened to that school bus right along that side. Right now, 2 men are behind bars after deputies say they vandalized more than 166 cars on the West Bank. They are still, as sun begins to set, looking for 2 people.
Some of these waves will come, and I'm kind of having to turn my back to them.
Piles of dirt that are back here. They've been taking that, moving that over along Highway 23 here into these baskets. This stretch here goes for probably about a half mile or so. Yeah, we're going to talk about exactly what happened in just a second, but first I do want to show you that person of interest. Police just sent us to this within the last 5 minutes. Yeah, Camille, it's hard to believe, but we are coming to you from the 3rd floor of Ted and Cindy Williams' home. This is the area we've seen some of the most extensive damage along Highway 11, and like many other families in this area at this hour, family and friends are out trying to help this family pick up the pieces of their lives.
This is pretty much what we came into.
Moments like this,
Oh, yeah, you found our stockings.
filled the day at Cindy Williams' home. On a day when most families are looking through Christmas presents, they were looking for memories.
So excited.
We found?
Oh, we found our stockings.
When the tornado hit, the Williams had family over for Christmas. The home was leveled, Christmas decorations hurled into trees, Christmas dinner thrown into the yard.
God definitely was taking care of us because we were not harmed.
The Williams home was one of 17 destroyed in Pearl River County Wednesday. 8 people were taken to area hospitals with non-life-threatening injuries.
Some of these homes were leveled to the slab on Joe Smith Road, so it looked like toothpicks. I mean, we're very fortunate not having any fatalities. I mean, we're real blessed.
This house isn't just a home for the Williams, it's also a home for a lot of the neighbors around here. During Hurricane Katrina, it served as a safe haven for around 30 people, and it's a topic that still to this day makes Cindy emotional.
I can still cry about Katrina because all of our friends that were from Slidell, my sister-in-law, they brought their friends because they didn't think it was going to hit there, and then they lost everything, you know.
While many look at the devastation and see a Christmas tragedy, Cindy Williams sees it differently.
When you look at where everything's hit around us, it's just, you know. So, no, I think it'll be always my most grateful Christmas ever.
The attention now is turned to the cold weather in this area. We've been feeling the temps drop as we've been here from our 4 o'clock to our 5 o'clock live shot. Pearl River County has set up some shelters for those families, some still without power tonight. We are on your side in Pearl River County, Mississippi. Blake Hanson, WDSU News.
Inside an otherwise ordinary-looking Araby warehouse is a dream.
This is 40 Arpit Brewing Company.
A feature Michael Naka first envisioned while home brewing 12 years back.
In the mash tun, we're going to put all of our grain.
But after a couple of years of permitting, purchasing, and planning, he could not have foreseen what would eventually stop the 40 Arpit Brewing Company from brewing.
To be so close to achieving your dream and to be held up by some brinkmanship in Washington, I would have never imagined.
The shutdown means permits for shops like this have stopped flowing. And even when the government reopens, Nakan says he'll have to suffer through the backlog of applications.
When you love doing what you do every day, I mean, it's hard to just sit here and not do it.
Even breweries already established are feeling the squeeze.
It didn't hit us till it actually did hit us.
NOLA Brewing planned to roll out a winter seasonal December 1st. But the shutdown halted the approval process, and CEO Kirk Coco has been told it could take 2 to 3 months even after the government reopens.
If we don't have that approval by December 1st, then we probably won't put out the beer at all.
As Congress closes in on a deal, Louisiana breweries now wonder how often they'll have to go through this. What they call it, kicking the can down the road.
Now, we might be able to get some permits done for our beers or whatever, but the uncertainty is what concerns everybody.
And Ken, who you heard from in that story, trying to start that brewery, as any good business owner does, he has goals. He wants to expand the number of employees and expand the number of fermenters so he can put out more product. But he might not be able to meet some of those goals at the 1-year mark because of the shutdown. It might push things back even more and put him in a tough financial situation. We're on your side live in the Irish Channel. Blake Hanson, WDSU News.
The crowd is unreal. It's awesome. This is just an absolute awesome city.
And it's not just Ravens and 49ers. Locals Jack and Pam Lyles came to see the spectacle too.
If you've ever been to New York City, for like New Year's Eve, or been down here for, for Mardi Gras, this is a very light crowd. They're calm.
But getting to the party wasn't a joyride. Road closures, extra cars, and more foot traffic than the city's seen in years made for near gridlock downtown.
Well, being from New Orleans, we kind of had an idea that some of the streets were going to be blocked, so we took a cab to Poydras Street, and we've enjoyed our walk from Poydras over to Canal.
The traffic was so intense, even to do this story, we had to ditch the car and walk most of the way. But many are taking advantage of the updates to the traditional New Orleans streetcar line, most crammed with people Saturday night.
No plans at all. We just enjoy ourselves, walk around, eat, have a good time.
Well, the I-Team found examples of these shifts in numbers happening all across the city, including right here at Canal and Olympia. Obviously, construction, general driving behavior, and weather can account for some dramatic shifts in the number of citations issued. But neighbors and drivers we spoke to were shocked by just how inconsistent those numbers really are. They are here to keep us safe. A deterrent for folks thinking about squeezing through that red light or zipping through a school zone. Opponents say they're making the roadways safer, but just how often are these enforcement systems actually working? You said workers come by pretty often?
Like about once a month, I'd say easy. They're out there fiddling with the cameras.
This man, who didn't want to be identified, lives right by the camera at Canal and Olympia. It's designed to slow down speeders as they approach a nearby school. He wonders how often it works.
Well, I know that sometimes I see them speed and, pretty much know they're going faster than 35 miles an hour and it doesn't click.
Through a public records request, the WDSU I-Team obtained documents showing the number of citations issued dipped and weaved over the course of the last year. 929 citations in January, down to 167 in February. Then in October, 379, down to a year low of 90 in November, followed by a year high of 1,255 in December. We showed the numbers of drivers who pass by the cameras every day.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not working 1 month and the next month they're working, and it doesn't sound consistent.
We wanted to know too. In email, city officials said they couldn't schedule an interview, but confirmed that equipment at Canal and Olympia wasn't working during periods in 2012 because of maintenance issues with the school signals. So it didn't issue citations during those times. The city also released a statement saying the city's traffic safety camera program is designed to deter distracted, irresponsible driving and remind motorists to obey our city's traffic laws. From time to time, the city sees fluctuations in the number of citations issued depending on driver behavior, construction, weather-related events, and the local academic schedules, including summer breaks, school holidays, and school zone signal repairs. But even if citations aren't always being issued, many say cameras are still a good thing.
I actually just think they need to continue working on them until they get them right and that there is no more controversy over it. And I'm actually for the camera system.
And there are dozens of other locations where the numbers vary greatly. Several can be explained by construction or school zones, but there are also many unanswered questions. We posted the records so you can see them for yourselves on our website. That's WDSU.com. On your side of Mid-City, Blake Hanson, WDSU News.